Yo, it's Dom, and this is Uncut. Why I keep creating, you know, I keep creating because I feel like a fire, like a passion, like that infatuation stage when you're in a relationship at the first 0 to 6 months. That's what I feel, and and it's really a dopamine hit. It's really a feeling when you get in yourself, and that's just why I keep creating. You know what I mean? It's really filling that void of what was left behind. So it's just like, if that's the situation you're in, too, you got to fill that void with something. Something good, something that you really feel good about, and that's just what I think. I feel like this is my purpose, right? And even if it's not my purpose, it's going to lead me in a direction to where I can speak. Who knows what the case may be, but if I feel that foundation right now and build these skills, talking to this camera or whatnot, then I'm going to get led into other things in my life. Yes, I am going to school and going to college and stuff to finish out that. And it's just like, this is going to contribute to that, because what I'm going for is going to make me better in that way. So it's a win-win situation. Always a win-win situation. Okay? So that's just what I keep creating. And it's just cool. When you have a mirage, is that the best word to use? When you have a mirage of just so much stuff, bro, it's art. I'm creating art. This is my art, And I think, that's what you gotta want for yourself. Everybody, I think it's so fascinating. I never had that thing for myself. I never was into like watching sports. Do I look weird? I don't know. But I wasn't I'm not a big football fan. I like football or whatnot. I'll watch it time to time, but I'm not gonna be the one to just chill with the bros. Yeah, but I'm not the person to be oh, I'm so into this, I'm so into that. My dad, other guys are. Me, not me though. Me, I just never found that super appealing. I don't know why. I'd rather play it. I'd rather do it. I'd rather be in it than be on the sideline watching. You know what I mean? And that's just, I never found anything. I wasn't super artistry, creating, nothing. I never had my own hobby or whatever. That's why it's just man, that's why it was so easy to lose myself, because I didn't really know who I was for real. I just got so caught up in what it was, and that's why it hurt so deeply and so much. So I found this, and I found man, I'm actually kind of good at it, and I'm actually kind of getting support from it. I'm not getting no hate, I'm not getting bad feedback from family members what are you talking about? You hate this, you hate. No, it's just no, bruh. And it's just so those thoughts come into my head about anxiousness, about am I doing what's right? And it's just bro, I need to stop thinking that way. I need to stop thinking that people are bro, people don't care. And a lot of that stuff in our brain is just to keep us safe. You need to override that. You got to turn that switch off. You got to tell your brain hey, get off of me, bro. Stop trying to hold me back. Your brain wants to keep you safe, and it's just no, no, get away, stop. David Goggins' 40% rule. When you reach that point of hurt, you got to go past that, and that's the only way you're gonna break through. I didn't get my body figured because I kept stopping at that limit, that barely getting no. I got it because I pushed back that limit. I pushed past that gauge of that 40%, and I kept going. People can look at me all they want, do whatever, but if they don't come up to me and react or say anything, then I don't know, and I don't care. Seriously. It is what it is. And the really weird thing is they'll actually be hey, to be supported, and I'll get oh, stop it, jealous. Not jealous, but super shy. I naturally am shy. I naturally am sheepish. I naturally am closed off or whatever. And it's way easier this way. It's way easier this way. And if you're that type of guy, girl, bro, try it. And this wasn't an overnight thing I was doing. This wasn't I'm just gonna start recording. No, it was gradual. I was posting a lot on social media, right? Okay, I was doing it. It's what am I getting out of this? Validation seeking? They don't care. It looks weird to them. And I can see who watches it, right? So I'd rather be in a way of just where I don't know who's watching it. It's the same thing, but I'm also producing, and also I have a chance to make money off of it. So it's a win-win. Look, all these checks. So it's just, I'm getting away from that. I'm gonna advertise myself. I might go back to Snap. I don't know. I don't want to, because it's just like waste of time. And it's just like people gonna gravitate to what people want to gravitate to. You know, I can't force anyone to do anything. Can't force people to watch my stuff or whatever. That's on you. But that's what it goes back to. That's why I do it. And it's just, I found it so young and so early, maybe. And it's just like I really truly had to fill that void. You know, people do sports. These people about to play some soccer. Hey, I love to see it. You know, they do it because it makes them happy. I'm doing this because I feel some sort of happiness towards it. And it's just, that's what you gotta find. Especially if you don't know like a lot of things. You just gotta go out and try more things. And that's just why I keep creating, you know. Whatever, a year from now, we're gonna see how much stuff we've combobulated. I'm be like, hey man, I can leave this to my kids. I'm not gonna have kids. Who knows? But, or leave it to whatever. That's my legacy. That is me. You know what I mean? And YouTube is like whatever. YouTube is like basically forever. YouTube's gonna take over TV. It basically has. No one watches TV. And it's just gonna be one of the biggest platforms. And that's the reason why that is because YouTube is like a search engine. TikTok is a search engine. Google is a search engine. They all compete for each other's ad space, revenue, all this stuff. Hey, I'm talking some crazy. They gonna kill me. I'm just kidding. But that's what it is. So it's just like if a young man comes across my stuff and he's going through a situation or whatever, he's gonna be like, oh my gosh. He's gonna be able to relate to me. And I hope I can make that difference in his life. You know what I mean? And if not, or whatever, just be some sort of thing. And it's just like I watched so much people. Whenever I was working, I watched so much people. I soaked up all this information. It's just like, let me generalize it. Let me speak it in my own terms. You know what I mean? I have something to talk. You have something to talk about. Why not you? And it's just like, hey, I'm gonna start spitting. All right? So it's just like, that's just what it is. Practice, reps, fear. You're gonna get better. You just gotta step out for real, bro, and stop caring. And, you know, do whatever. Even if nobody watches, even if, you know, that's not the point. Think of it in other situations. That's why you can't be outcome dependent. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. And that's just what I'm going through. Y'all gonna see the transformation. And it's just like, only time will tell. But it's just like, that's just what it is. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. Don't think I'm just doing this, you know, every single day. I am, but don't think that's just on, like, bro, I got so much stuff to do. But it's just like, that's just what it is. And that's why I keep creating. And it's just cool. And that's just what I'm figuring out, man. So this is Uncut. This is Dom. This is me, Uncut version. Yes, sir.